Hey, good people. It's me, Jessica. I'm back for another week of videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. For those of you who have been sharing my videos lately, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate all of the likes and all the comments that you guys been leaving. With that being said, if you have not subscribed to my channel just yet, please make sure that you do that before you leave today. And if you like what you're hearing at the end of the video, I ask that you click the like button at the bottom of the screen to let me know that you're digging the content. So without further ado, this week we're going to be talking about 5 things that we need to leave, that we need to stop doing as women now, in order for us to become better women, stronger women, but also to protect ourselves, to protect our hearts, and make sure that we set the proper boundaries for people to treat us the way in which we want them to. So without further ado, let's get into it. And ladies, the first thing that we need to stop doing is stop believing more in his words than we do in his actions. If his actions don't match up to his words, the thing that you need to believe, the thing that you need to actually be standing on is his actions. People will always show you who they are. And normally early on, if you're paying attention, if you're observing, if you're too busy worried about other things, you'll totally miss it. His mouth may say one thing, but his actions doing something completely different. When you meet him, he says that he's looking for the same things that you're looking for. He's looking for a relationship. He wants to build a true foundation, and he wants it to grow into something long term. But then as you see his actions, the actions just don't match up. You know, maybe he starts to go MIA on the weekends or just MIA in general for 2 or 3 days at a time, and then he pops back up like nothing's happened. He's inconsistent. And if he's showing you early on that he's inconsistent, then that is what it is. You have to believe that, and you have to know that for whatever reason, he's not looking at you in a long-term situation. You might just be something to do right now. He might just enjoy your company. It could be a number of things. But at the end of the day, I think the thing that you should be left with is that he's just maybe not that interested. I know you all have heard the old saying, if a person shows you who they are, believe them. And the word show is most important in that sentence. A person will show you, not tell you. People can tell you anything with their mouth. They can tell you all sorts of good things. A lot of people look good on paper, but does their actions match up to who they are? So ladies, we got to stop focusing so much on what he says and focus more on what he's showing us in the physical. Number 2, don't fall in love with his potential. A lot of times you meet someone, you're getting to know them, and for whatever reason, you don't see what it is that you're hoping to see. Maybe he's not family oriented. Maybe he's not responsible. There could be a number of things that you see. And in you, the motherly instinct in you wants to tell yourself that if you stick around a little longer, that you can help him get there, that you can help build him up to what he's supposed to be. But ladies, we have to remember, we are not supposed to come into the place of his mother. We are supposed to come into a position to be his woman, to be his wife. You don't want another child to have to take care of. I'm not saying that every person that you meet is going to be a finished product, because I think that we're all a work in progress. I believe that you're supposed to challenge one another in order to become a better person. And I think that that's healthy in a relationship. However, I don't agree with getting with someone and dating his potential, dating for what he possibly could be or possibly could turn into when he gets a little older, or what he may mature into when he gets a little older. The relationship's never going to work like that. You have to date him and be accepting of where he is. When you date someone, you have to be accepting of who they are and what they are as of right now. And you have to think about it in terms of, if this person never ever changed, they never evolved to be anything other than what they are right now, would I be able to stay? Would this work for me long term? And if it's not, then you know that you need to exit stage left. Because potential is just not enough to hold a relationship together, and not long term. Ladies, if he hasn't had a job since you got with him, or he hasn't been able to keep a job since you had him, then that is what it is. Stop dating for potential. Stop dating with the mindset that he's going to change. If he's told you that there are just certain things that he's not going to do, or he's shown you there's certain things that he's not going to do, accept it for what it is. Don't date him with the mindset that he may become something better later. He might, but what if he doesn't? Is that going to work for you? Moving on. Number 3, stop making excuses for these men. Stop making excuses for men who have shown you what it is that they're willing to give to the relationship, which might not be much, but stop making excuses for them. Again, if you're dealing with someone who doesn't want to work, who hasn't been able to keep a job, or doesn't want to keep a job, or has not had a job the whole time you've been with them, stop making excuses for them. At the end of the day, we're all grown. Nobody that I know of is living for free. So if you got to work, Your man gotta work too. Stop making excuses for that. Another thing that I'm tired of hearing, stop making excuses for men who cheat. All the time hear women say stuff like, oh, well, he's a man. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? He's a man, so he gets a pass at cheating. He's a man, so he's incapable of being responsible and being loyal to the one person that he's committed to. No, that isn't a gender disorder. You can do that if you're willing to do that. You can do that if you truly love that person and you don't want to hurt them. And ladies, number 4 is a huge one. If a man tells you up front that there's certain things that he's not going to be able to do, that he's not going to be able to provide you in a relationship, listen to him and act accordingly. And what I mean by that is if you meet someone and they say that they don't want to be in a relationship, they're not looking for anything serious, don't waste your time. Now, if you want to get involved and possibly get your feelings involved, and if you're going to be every month or so asking him, is he ready for a relationship yet? If you want to put yourself through the stress, then be my guest. But if a man tells you that he's not looking for a relationship, you need to listen to that and you need to respect that. And I literally said respect because that's what it is. If someone is making a decision, they have certain boundaries, no matter, how you feel about those boundaries. If there's something that this person doesn't want to do, they're not comfortable doing, they're not ready to do for whatever reason, you have to respect that. And that's up to you to act accordingly. Then that's when you make the decision to not pursue this person any longer. That's when you make the decision to cut that situation off and move on and hopefully find somebody who's looking for a lot of the same things that you also desire. If he tells you that he does not want kids, that's not something that people generally change their mind about. I'm not saying that it never happens, but it's rare for someone, once they've hit 25, 26 or so and older, once you've hit that age, those types of things, for certain if you want. You know the reasons why you would want them versus why you would not want them. So something as simple as that is having kids. Don't think that you're going to get with someone and you're going to be such a great spouse or you're going to be such a great person that they're going to want to make changes to what they desire or what a long-term relationship looks like. Stop explaining simple things to grown ass people. I do apologize for the cursing. It goes for women or men. In terms of my ladies, this is one thing that we definitely need to leave behind. If we don't do anything else, ladies, if you don't listen to anything else that I said, hear me for number 5. We have to stop wasting our time explaining things that people already know. That's a better way to explain it. Because it's not that people don't know. What they'll do is pretend that they don't know to string you on a little longer. You should not be explaining to anybody why it's a problem for a man to only text you with emojis or with 1 or 2 words. That's not having a conversation. A conversation is picking up the phone and actually talking in complete sentences. Or even if you have to text. For me, if you can't even put the effort in to text a complete sentence, then what do I need with you? Ladies, if you have to cut somebody off because they're texting WYD all day long, or what you about to eat, or what you about to do, what are you doing, and this is all that this person has to offer through text message, and you have to cut this person off, don't explain to them why. I'm not saying that you should cut people off and not explain, hey, this is the reason why I'm having to walk away from this situation. I'm not saying just cut people off left and right and don't at least give them any type of explanation. What I'm saying is don't overextend yourself for things that people already know. Don't reteach something that someone is already aware of or familiar with. And men, if you are over the age of 22 years old, you should know that what you're doing is not having a conversation. You should be asking open-ended questions. And that's so that there's some sort of dialogue that can take place there. Don't what you're doing your girl to death, please. We as women, we're tired of that. What you doing question can only go so far. So ladies, the next time you have something simple like that happen and the man is acting like he doesn't know what the heck is going on, leave him confused all by himself and move on to the next situation. So that's it for me for this week. Thanks again for watching. Until then, you guys be blessed.